So, welcome to HK Mastermind. My name is Karan Barua. So, aji ami sabole jam decomposition reaction. Jihetu last class we started with types of chemical reactions. Ami topic to start korilu, tat ami porilo what is a combination reaction, proper definition, proper examples. Today we will move on to the next type of chemical reaction, that is decomposition reactions. Now, decomposition reactions ami porha agote we will get to know what exactly is a decomposition reaction. So let us start. Decomposition reactions. Now, আমি combination reaction at চাইছিলো যে addition of two reactants. Combination or word to mane hoise to combine, that means addition. So duta reactant log lagi kena eta completely notun product form hoy, that is a combination reaction. In decomposition it is totally the opposite of combination reaction, opposite of combination reactions. So eta ami sabole jam definition to a decomposition reaction is a type of chemical reaction in which one single reactant breaks down to form a series of completely new products. That means, for example, apnalage thorok, suppose A is a single reactant. Yate hobole jabo eta reaction. In this reaction, A will break down to form new products such as B plus C plus D. These are examples. Series of products, or you can say series of simpler products. That is also correct. Now, if we go to compare with combination reaction, ami dekha pam combination reaction at ami eneko eta poristiti dekha pai asilo, A plus B korile ami pao C, new. It is something new. Now, decomposition of ki hoise, there is no B, there is only A. One single reactant, chemical reaction to jetia move forward hoy, break down hoy kene, this will form B, C and D, which are series of simpler products. Now let us go to some examples of decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction live action of kenekwa dekhat hoy hekhini ami etia sam. Okay, ekhini moja I will rub it. Okay, let us see examples, some very fine examples of decomposition reactions. If you find any doubts, apnaloke jodi kiba doubts bisari pai nahole kiba jodi dekha je handwriting buji poa nai nahole explanation buji poa nai, you are more than welcome to comment. Leave a distinct doubt in the comment, tate ami sai dim. Okay, examples of decomposition reaction. Definition to paigola, definition to what decomposition or definition to. So examples of ami first of long ferrous sulfate. Let us take ferrous sulfate. We have some very fine examples. First of all, we'll take FeSO4. Okay, let us take FeSO4. Our itia FeSO4 logot ki hobo moi apnalok dekhai goi aso. Carefully mon dibo. So this reaction goes something like this: Fe2, 3, sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. Okay, let us see. In this reaction, FeSO4, which is commonly known as ferrous sulfate is undergoing a reaction with the help of heat. Heat diya karone FeSO4 ferrous sulfate bhangi goi kene bonise ferric oxide, or you can say iron 3 oxide, jehetu iron third state at ase. Okay, ferric oxide boli likhisu ke ferric oxide. Ferric oxide, or you can say iron 3 oxide with byproducts such as sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So FeSO4 with the help of heat is breaking down to form ferric oxide iron 3 oxide with addition to sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide. This is a fine example of decomposition reaction. So I hope it is clear. So next example ami jam etia. Next example ami lom. Let us take calcium carbonate, which is a solid. Again, a reaction to ami heat dibo lagibo. Reaction to heat dile will get calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide, which is also solid, so S, plus carbon dioxide, which is a gas, so G. So in this reaction we are seeing limestone, also known as calcium carbonate, is undergoing a reaction with the help of heat to form CaO plus CO2. CaO is none other than quicklime. Sorry, pardon my handwriting. Quicklime, or scientific name hobo calcium oxide, and with the addition of carbon dioxide. Last example to ami dekhisilu ferrous sulfate bhangi jaute heat due bhangi jaute it was forming Fe2O3. Bohutor monot prashno eta uthibo pare je Fe2O3 keneko form hol bostutu moi apnalok bujaisu carefully mon diba. E2O3 এইটো বনিলে কেনেকুৱা, so মই আপোনালোকক explain কৰিছো, you just have a look. Now iron বহুতে জানে যে আয়রনৰ state to power to most of the cases of 2 থাকে. অক্সিজেনৰ power to আমি জানো এটো +2 হয়, অক্সিজেনৰ power to জানো আমি 2 minus. So minus plus in likhilo. Okay, iron power to 2 thake most cases, oxygen power to 2 thake. So eto ami concept to class 9 ot paisilo. Iron oxygen power to loi lobo Fe2, oxygen iron power to loi lobo Fe2O2. F eneko jita thake compound Fe2O2 ami 2 to enaka cancel kori diu, we can simply write FeO. But in this situation iron is in the third stage. Sorry, iron to nalagor third stage ot ase. Iron or দুটা রূপ থাকে, এটা হৈছে iron ferrous, ইয়াক আমি ferrous বুলি কওঁ, যত power to 2 থাকে, and the other form is Fe ferric. যত power to 3 থাকে, 3 plus 2 plus. Since this is a metal, power to plus তে যাব, metalৰ power minus ত কেতিয়াও না যায় naturally. So এটা আমি দেখি আছো ferrous যত power to 2 থাকে, এটা ferric দেখি আছো আমি which is also known as iron 3 য'ত পাৱাৰটো 3 থাকে আপোনালোকক মেনশ্যন কৰি দিয়া হ'ব আইৰণ 3 বুলি ferric then you will directly know automatically know that iron is in 3 condition so এনেকুৱা এই কন্ডিশনটোত এটা কি হ'ব এই কন্ডিশনটোত ferric যাৰ পাৱাৰটো 3 plus and oxygen যাৰ পাৱাৰটো 2 minus ferric oxide যেতিয়া বনিব Fe ferric oxygen power to লৈ লব then it will become Fe2 and O will take the power of ferric O3 বনি যাব and this compound is called ferric Fe2 ferric oxide I hope your doubt is clear যদি doubt to clear হয় খোৱা নাই then comment ত আপোনালোকে মোক mention কৰিব মই specifically এটা video upload দিম যত মানে compound form কেনেকুৱা হয় আৰু তাৰ different powers কি আছে হেখিনি মই বুজাই দিম মই okay now let us move into another example of a decomposition reaction lead this time lead or চেহাৰাটো দেখাত এনেকুৱা হয় Pb lead or লগত nitrate লওঁ lead nitrate NO3 PbNO3 তলত 2 হ'ব because again I will explain you Pb power to 2 plus since it is a metal NO3 is a functional group called nitrate nitrate of power 2 hoise -1 so again crisscross formula to junto class 9 at ami hikisilu Pb lead will take the power of nitrate 1 thakile ami eko nelekho nitrate NO3 bracket or bahirot 2 since Pb power to 2 hoy NO3 e Pb power to lelo I hope you understand now okay let us move forward with the reaction again in the presence of heat this reaction will undergo this will form PbO which is a solid plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen so we have to balance this reaction NO3 yeah there will be a 2 and there will be a 4 here so this is lead nitrate lead oxide nitrogen dioxide and this is oxygen this is another example of a decomposition reaction where lead nitrate is undergoing a reaction with the help of heat it is breaking down to form lead oxide PbO and with addition of nitrogen dioxide and oxygen this is another fine example of a decomposition reaction so the next example is let us take silver this time okay ever silver long silver chloride silver power is 1 chlorine power is 1 minus 1 plus crisscross hole AgCl bonibo okay so AgCl is a solid now in this reaction decomposition of silver chloride will undergo with the help of sunlight baki khini reaction ot ami dekhisilo reaction to proceed hoy with the help of heat as a catalyst so ebar ami sunlight ok paisu catalyst mane enekota bostu junto reaction to aro move forward koribole jor die so catalyst is a substance which mane makes the reaction go faster which promotes the happening of the reaction okay eto moi details or bujam apnalogo Ag form it will break down to form Ag simple silver and chlorine gas this is a gas okay now 2. Yeah. This is a fine example of decomposition reaction again. Okay, you আপোনালোকে note কৰিব এতিয়া, you just look at the board. Every decomposition reactioner error ওপৰত কিবা এটা আছে, at least heat থাকিব নহলে sunlight আছে, মানে this is required. This heat and this sunlight is acting as a catalyst to promote the reaction to go forward. হেতু মানে reaction to forward যাবলে কি সহায় কৰিছে. So আমি মন কৰিছো যে বেছিভাগ heat is more involved as a catalyst. মানে বেছিভাগ reactions কিটাত আমি heat দেখি আছো. So এই reaction কিটাত কি হৈছে, এই reaction কিটাত কি হৈছে, PbNO3 আমি মানে গৰম কৰিছো, heat দিছো, তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ reaction আমি তাক endothermic reaction বুলি কওঁ. A type of reaction in which heat is absorbed during the process of the chemical reaction. When the chemical reaction is going forward, reactant to ami jodi heat diso aru ei heat to jodi absorb kori loise, then it is called an endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. So if you all are asked about what is an endothermic reaction, you will say a type of chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed is called an endothermic reaction. That is the proper definition for an endothermic reaction. And if you want to give an example of endothermic reaction, above reaction to likhi dile hoy jay, নহলে video to অলপ rewind কৰি লব, আপোনালোকে আগৰ examples খিনি পাব যত heat involved asile as a catalyst. That is also an endothermic reaction. So আমি এটা endothermic reaction or because hikilo, decomposition reaction or because hikilo, there is another type of chemical reaction under decomposition reaction, tak koa hoy thermal decomposition reaction. So moving on to the next type, we have displacement reaction. Displacement reactions. So in displacement reaction, we will see this type of reaction. Decomposition reaction or combination reaction and আমি এনেকা পরিস্থিতি দেখিছিলো, A, which is a single reactant, goes to break down into B plus C. This is for decomposition reaction. Combination reaction on amar hoisile A plus B, which we get a completely new product which is C. Etia displacement reaction or general formula to di moi apnalokok reaction to bujai disu kenekwa move forward hobo. So it will look something like A plus BC will go forward and become AC plus B. So reaction to dekha loge loge automatically apnaloke buji gase A plus BC product bonote ki boni gol AC plus B. Now we can see that in this reaction A C loi lole becoming AC or B okole thaki gol okole thaki. So A to cure hoy, this happens because A in displacement reaction we see which element is more reactive. So in this case A is more reactive, B is less reactive compared to A. More reactive or less reactive kole bhoy khabo na lage ami, that only means that air pulling power to বেছি আছে, capacity to বেছি আছে, strength to বেছি আছে compared to B. So কি হবো, A C টানি লৈ লব, which will become AC or B অকলে থাকি যাব. So this is a general formula of a displacement reaction. So আমাক যদি এটা definition to hode according to the class 10 NCERT book, we will say a displacement reaction is a type of chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a lesser reactive element. So that is the definition for a displacement reaction. Now we will move on to the examples and see live action of displacement reaction kenekwa dekhat hoy. Okay. Examples of displacement reaction. Okay. Let us take ferrous iron Fe, which is a solid, plus let's take copper sulfate Cu. Copper symbol is Cu and sulfate is SO4. CuSO4. It is a solid. So bracket ami S boli likhim. Okay. Dhori log, this is A. Just like I explained in the general formula, this is A to B, A to C. Now, আপোনালোকে ক'ব পাৰিব যে reaction to move forward কেনেকুৱা হ'ব. So, ferrous being more reactive compared to copper. So, whenever you see a reaction where iron and copper is involved and iron is displacing copper, then you will automatically know that it is a displacement reaction. Aro tulona jitia iron aro copper logot hobo, always you remember that iron is more reactive than copper. So in this reaction we will see iron getting a hold of sulfate. So FeSO4, which is a solid, plus Cu, just like we discussed in the general formula. A is more reactive than B, so A C chloride, A has taken C and B is now alone. So this is a displacement reaction. A compound to ami koa hoy ferrous sulfate. Okay, that was the first example of a displacement reaction. Now let's move on to the next example. Let us take zinc this time instead of iron. So zinc plus CuSO4, again this is 4. Now in this reaction zinc again is more reactive compared to copper. More reactive compared to copper. So what will happen now? Zinc will take sulfate and become ZnSO4, which is a solid. So bracket of S plus Cu. Okay. This is another example of a displacement reaction. Now you're getting the picture of what a displacement reaction actually looks like. So first example, iron of lulu. Second example, we took zinc becoming zinc sulfate. So iman kini hikilu je zinc is more reactive than copper. So if we see in further any reactions which involve copper, zinc or copper and iron, then we'll automatically know that copper is less reactive compared to iron and zinc. Moving on to the next example, let us take lead this time. Lead or symbol is Pb. This is lead. And this time we'll take copper chloride again. Copper chloride will be AQ since it is an aqueous solution. Okay, now again we will see lead is more reactive compared to copper. So what will happen? Again, lead being more reactive than copper will get hold of Cn, chloride. So ki je hobo Pb Cl2 since Pb power 2 হৈছে 2 plus copper power 2 হৈছে 1 minus Pb Cl crisscross কৰিলে we will get PbCl2 which is aqueous plus copper আকৌ copper অকলে থাকি যাব Now we have come to understand what a displacement reaction actually is what examples of displacement reaction looks like